On June 29, 2015, based on her interview with Ingwen Tsai, Emily Rahala, Times Beijing correspondent, released her cover story reporting that Tsai earned her PhD from LSE in less than 3 years. Right around the time, LSE received a number of inquiries regarding Tsai's missing doctoral thesis and the authenticity of Tsai's PhD degree. Tsai soon changed her story. On May 20, 2016, less than 1 year after Rahala's cover story, Tsai changed her PhD date from 1983 to 1984. With a PhD degree in 1984, Tsai's PhD exam was held in October 1983. Not spring 1983, as certified by Michael Elliott's letter for Tsai to apply for a teaching position in Taiwan in March 1983. On October 2, 2019, Michael Richardson, an independent journalist, submitted his first FOIA request to LSE. One of his questions was the date of Ingwen Tsai's PhD oral exam. Rachel McGuire was the Information and Records Manager at LSE, who was responsible for responding to Richardson's FOIA request. Her position on October 3, 2019, was that, though Tsai's Viva exam date was personal data, it was in Tsai's interest that LSE confirmed the Viva exam date. On October 21, 2019, McGuire disclosed Tsai's Viva exam date to Richardson. It was October 16, 1983. For a long time, it was an object of ridicule because October 16, 1983, was a Sunday. This proves that the disclosure of Tsai's Viva date was not in Tsai's best interest. Tsai's PhD exam could not possibly be held on October 16, 1983, not only because October 16, 1983, was Sunday. The records unearthed in Taiwan also show that Tsai returned to Taiwan on June 30, 1983. With a PhD degree in International Economic Law from LSE. And began teaching at Suzhou University on September 1, 1983. According to Tsai's own account, after withdrawing from course on November 10, 1982, and before returning to Taiwan on June 30, 1983, Tsai was traveling around and ready to go to Singapore to teach at the University of Singapore. Tsai was too busy to prepare her thesis for a PhD exam held on October 16, 1983. After returning to Taiwan on June 30, 1983, and before teaching at Suzhou University on September 1, 1983, Tsai was busy preparing and taking her bar exams in New York and Taiwan. Tsai filed a criminal defamation complaint with the Taiwan Taipei District Prosecutor's Office on September 4, 2019. But the National Immigration Agency did not disclose Tsai's return date until August 10, 2021. On September 19, 2019, Tsai's attorney did not expect the disclosure of Tsai's entry and exit record. They submitted the Student Visa Extension Certificate issued by LSE on June 10, 1983, to the prosecutor's office to prove Tsai's Viva exam in London. The description of the certificate provided by Tsai's attorneys to the prosecutor's office was: the complainant completed and submitted the doctoral thesis in June 1983 and waited for the oral exam. The LSE issued a certificate on June 10 for the complainant to apply for a visa extension so as to stay until October to complete the oral exam. According to Tsai's attorneys, after submitting her doctoral thesis on June 15, 1983, Tsai stayed in London waiting for her PhD exam. In a forum held on June 21, 2020, 14 months before Tsai's return date was disclosed, Tsai told a similar story. The forum was about learning English as a second language, and Tsai's audience was high school students.
我这个 念完博士班，写完论文交上去以后，我有一段时间在等口试。结果我的英国同学呢也在写他的论文，所以我就帮他做一件事，我帮他校稿，还要改英文。那你要想想看，来自台湾的学生帮英国学生改英文，这是怎么回事呢？就是他英文讲得比我好，他表达的也比我好，可是我的文法比他强。
According to Tsai's story on that day, she never left London after submitting her thesis for her Viva exam on June 15, 1983, and before she took her Viva exam on October 16, 1983. During that time, she was busy proofreading and correcting the English of a fellow British PhD student's doctoral thesis in London. Since Tsai changed her PhD date from 1983 to 1984, the story about Tsai's PhD journey had to be changed again and again. When disclosing Tsai's return date, the National Immigration Agency also disclosed that Tsai left Taiwan on October 15, 1983, and returned to Taiwan on October 30, 1983. It suggests Tsai flew from Taipei to London on October 15, 1983, only one day before her Viva exam. In her published speech on March 17, 2011, Tsai told the audience her sister was with her for her PhD exam.
他的审你的论文就审了半年，审完了以后，他又请你去口试，那个口试我也很紧张，我姐又跟着我去了。
To prove Tsai's PhD exam in London, the entry and exit record of Tsai's sister was also disclosed. According to the record, Tsai's sister also left Taiwan on October 15, 1983, and returned to Taiwan on October 30, 1983, suggesting that Tsai flew with her sister from Taipei to London for her PhD exam on October 15, 1983. However, Tsai could not change her autobiography, which was published in 2011. In her autobiography, Tsai talks about her PhD exam in London. On the day of the PhD examination, my sister flew from Taiwan so as to be with me. In 2011, Tsai intended to show that she was in London and that only her sister had flown from Taiwan to London. To corroborate her story, Tsai included one photo taken with her sister in front of a cathedral. The caption was, "PhD examination. My sister flew to the UK so as to be with me." It once again shows that Tsai's story in 2011 was that she was in London, and only her sister flew from Taiwan to London for her PhD exam. The photo was sort of a proof of Tsai's Viva exam held in London. In October 2020, Dennis Pong received a news tip from someone in the New England area. The cathedral in the photo looked exactly the same as the Cathedral Church of St. Paul in Boston, Massachusetts, in the U.S. Tsai and her sister's summer clothes indicate that Tsai traveled to Massachusetts in the summer, probably before June 30, 1983, while Tsai was traveling around. Furthermore, Tsai's op-ed was published by the United Daily News in Taipei on October 20, 1983. According to the Viva date disclosed by Maguire, Tsai was in London on October 20, 1983. It was only 4 days after Tsai's Viva exam and 10 days before she returned to Taiwan. Moreover, Tsai made the trip to London for her Viva exam, but she left Taipei only 1 day before her Viva exam and then stayed in London after the Viva exam for 2 weeks. If Tsai had been serious about her Viva exam like a PhD candidate, she would have left Taipei early in order to prepare herself for the Viva exam. In addition, the entry and exit records routinely issued by the National Immigration Agency are computer printouts that show the departure dates and the cities of arrival. Tsai's entry and exit record was custom-made. It can only prove that Tsai left Taiwan on October 15, 1983, but the city of arrival is unknown. Between April 1983 and May 1984, KLM was the only Europe-based airline offering one direct weekly flight between Amsterdam and Taipei. Dennis Peng challenged that it was almost impossible for Tsai to fly from Taipei to London for her Viva exam held in London in one day. In September 2021, Peng showed a court document showing that Tsai's attorneys submitted new PhD exam date. It was Monday, October 17, 1983. In the Viva file, which only dealt with Viva's activities at LSE, no Viva exam date can be found. What record in Tsai's LSE student file allowed Rachel Maguire to confirm Tsai's Viva date, October 16, 1983? How and when did the record find its way to Tsai's LSE student file stored in the LSE archives?